what's crazy is I think you just have flashbacks of times you've crashed out.
Good times, man. I enjoyed myself. I can't say that, any of the victims were.
What was it? Okay.
No, I'm not having that conversation.
No. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Right now. What's up, party people? And welcome back to Growing Together Podcast.
I think I like Growing Gang better. What is party people?
I had to figure out if you were going to like that more.
Growing Gang.
What's up, Growing Gang?
We don't keep Growing Gang because party people don't work for me.
It's stuck. Yes. What's up, Growing Gang? Welcome back to Growing Together Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for all your support, your likes, your comments. While you're here, speaking of likes and comments, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
So subscribe.
Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Ejiro.
I'm Melanee.
And this is the Growing Together Podcast.
Yes. Yes.
I need to figure out how to add applause to these things.
Honestly, I've been waiting, and I ain't about to nag you about it.
But then that means I'd have to shift this whole thing closer to me so I could tap the button because try to reach over and do it. Maybe I could try to put one right here.
Figure it out because we need an applause button.
All right, I'll find an applause
You said
button.
that.
By the next episode, we'll have applause buttons.
Why you always lying?
Okay. We're going to have applause button. Hold me accountable, guys. If there's no applause in the next video.
Fucking lying.
She sang for real.
That's not me singing for real, actually.
It is.
It wasn't.
It counts.
No, it doesn't.
People going to believe it. That's
no,
how she sang.
I hope not. Ugh.
Until you prove them wrong.
Oh, well, then they're going to always think that that's what I sound like.
How was your week?
Well, someone hit my car. Yeah. So I was at work and a coworker came to the back to where I sit and was like, "Hey, Melanee, I need you to come to the front. A DoorDash driver just came in to, let us know that he hit your car."
So are we going to talk about the heart attack you nearly gave me?
Are we going to talk about you being over dramatic?
It's not being over dramatic. So we do this thing where typically we're both very busy at work and we might not talk for hours. So we might talk in the morning when I first get there or when you first get to work. And then we'll do our morning little text back and forth. And then we might not even talk to each other for another 3-4 hours till maybe the afternoon. And then you'll be either one of us will initiate a midday check-in. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing? Just want to make sure that we've touched base today. Mm-hmm. I did the midday check-in. Mm-hmm. And her response was somebody hit my car and she stopped texting me back.
So let me defend myself.
In the court of Dan.
Ain't nobody worried about the court of Dan.
I don't like how you are not afraid of me.
Why do I need to be afraid of you?
You should be.
Why?
I don't know.
I ain't afraid of nobody but Jesus.
I was trying to find a joke there.
There's not one. Don't you joke about my Jesus. Don't you joke about my Jesus. But no, when I text you, is when my coworker came to the back to come and get me. And I was texting you while I was walking up to the front. And then I got up to the front and I was, talking to the kid who hit my car. He had just delivered some food to the office for somebody from DoorDash. Mm-hmm. And as he was backing out, wasn't paying attention, overshot. And as he was backing up, just made a turn and scraped my car. But when I internally panicked until I saw my car. But I get outside and my headlights were fine. The fender was fine. Mm-hmm. It literally, he just scratched some paint. So I wasn't tripping on this. So my peak this week is that there wasn't too much damage. It's just some paint, chips or whatever. And it doesn't seem like as of right now there's any internal damage. No sensors have come up to show me there's a problem with the car. My axle is fine.
Amen.
And all of that, such and so forth.
We thank God for no unanticipated bills.
Correct. So yeah, so that's about my peak is, it wasn't too much damage on my car because if you know me, I love my truck so much and I would hate for anything to happen to her.
Shout out Cherry.
That's my Cherry girl. Yes, I named my car Judge Your Mama's.
Have you ever, so Is that the only car you've ever named?
No, I've named all of my cars so far.
Name your cars. Go.
I had a black PT Cruiser that I named Blackberry. I had a red Fusion that I called Candy. And now I have this car that's Cherry.
Okay. I had a red 97 Toyota that I called Funke.
All right. I ain't gonna hold you. There are certain times where like I be forgetting that you are Nigerian, and then something like that will remind me. Like, cause where would you get that name from if you're not Nigerian?
Yeah, I had a red Toyota called Funke. What was my gray?
Sheba.
Yep. I had a gray
ugly color,
2007 Matrix
clown car.
That was called Sheba, and then now my Jeep is called Venus.
You had a clown car.
It wasn't a clown car. It was a hatchback.
A clown hatchback.
It wasn't a Mini Coupe.
It was smaller than a Mini Coupe.
No, it was bigger than a Mini Coupe.
Clown car. But yeah, peak, not too much was wrong with my car. Valley, somebody hit my car in the first place.
Okay, cool. All right, so not a bad week.
I mean, it wasn't the best, obviously, because somebody hit my car. But, you know, we thank God that we still here.
But we move.
Mm-hmm. You're so childish. Okay.
Okay, so context, right? We tried to record this episode earlier, but the cards and the camera like kept corrupting. So we couldn't do the episode. And in the episode, I was like, so how was your week, Ejiro? And in this moment when we were re-recording,
I was waiting on you to just start talking and you just looking at me crazy. Ejiro Gane, how was your week?
My week was fantastic.
Oh, joy.
Come on, you got to say that was funny.
No. Come on.
So we about to have another episode where I'm fighting to be funny again?
Yes, every episode is going to be like that.
That's crazy. See, this is how you bully me.
Bring.
You are never beating the allegations.
I never tried.
Bro, they was on your head on TikTok.
Which one?
The our friends from the podcast.
Oh, you know what? We also need a boo button. Boo, child. Continue. I'm not even about to give that any type of airtime. Go ahead.
So my week was good. The biggest peak was this week. We had some really, really good weather. We had some good sunshine, and in Michigan, I never realized. I never was a big like believer in seasonal depression, but like for some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but this winter was rough, both emotionally and like it just had a weight to it with all the other stuff going around too. But the sunshine really did a good number on my mood.
It makes a difference.
So the weather, and of course, you know, in Michigan, once it's past 50, everybody wants to go into t-shirts or crew necks. So that was fun to see.
Not fun to see. I'm screaming.
It was because we all know who's gonna be putting on a t-shirt.
That's why I'm like, you like they people. I'm thinking like, you mean white people?
Yeah, just fun people watching at that time. So the weather was the peak. My valley.
Choose wisely.
Is that a threat?
It's a promise because it can't be me. You done already had one, so you can't have. It's not me.
But that did so well though.
I don't care. No.
It can't be you again.
No.
Why not? Okay,
find a valley.
All right, let me stop pissing you off. My valley this week was our dog Blue.
Oh, the poor poopy.
So our dog, for some reason, has decided to forget all potty training that he's had and pee everywhere in the house.
Keep in mind, y'all, he's like 5. Like, it's not like he's a puppy.
He's not a puppy. Like
he knows where he's supposed to go.
5 times 7 because of dog years. He's that how many years old? Because
He's 35.
My brain is not doing that mental math right now.
35.
He's 35 and just peeing everywhere. Like he's found first. It started in my bathroom. He would go pee in my bathroom. Granted, wrong, right environment, wrong place.
That's where pee goes.
That's where pee goes. Just not on the floor.
Well, not his pee. It don't matter where in the bathroom. It's just not, his pee don't go in there.
I guess. Well, that's funny because he likes to like walk in the bathroom when I go use the bathroom, which is weird.
He just like he's an emotional support animal, so he always has to be around people. Really.
Yeah. So and then now he's found this corner like that's like literally right over my right shoulder that he's like to pee in consistently. And the problem is he'll do it
And then he runs back to his cake.
And then he'll run back to his cake because he knows he's wrong. But it's like he's doing it constantly now. Yeah. It's actually getting frustrating. I don't know if this is what it feels like to potty train a child, but Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's my peak in my valley.
All right.
What's your don't piss me off?
You.
What did I do?
Right now in this moment because of you was waiting on me to ask you how your week was. Because if it wasn't for the fact that we was recording, we would have been sitting here in silent looking like Diddy and my mans, where it was just a bunch of silent looks and we would have just been looking at each other. So it's you. Or my don't piss me off.
I'll take that. My don't piss me off this week would be something really pissed me off this week and I just forgot.
Couldn't have been that bad.
The Facebook aunties. If one more auntie.
Okay, before you say what you got to say, you know this going to go on Facebook, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
If one more auntie asks me, when are they going to come and eat rice? When are they going to come to the wedding? I will block you. I will block you. I will block your children. I will block your husband. Do you hear me? Y'all not invited, God damn it. Like I don't know why everybody feels like they're so entitled to come. Like, my wedding is not a party.
It's only a party for those who are invited.
That part. So that's my don't piss me off.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go into the topic for today. And it's a bit of a lengthy one, so I'm going to read it from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing an Am I the Asshole?
Okay. I'm scared.
All right. So this one starts off as this.
Okay.
This woman is going to call off her wedding unless her fiance disinvites his female best friend.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
My Nigerians will appreciate this. Story. Once upon a time. If you're Nigerian and you know what that means, please leave it in the comments. I just got so excited. That was such a nostalgia moment for me.
You clearly just went like, that was a blast from the past.
Oh, for sure. All right. So here's the whole story.
Okay.
My fiance has had a female best friend since childhood. I'm not the person who gets jealous over my partner being friends with the opposite gender. What bothers me here is not the gender of the friend, but whether or not they are able to respect boundaries. His female best friend, Rachel, has always been in competition with me regarding who's more important and bigger priority to my fiance. At first, my fiance failed to stand up to her, but after a small break, he realized the importance of boundaries and set hard boundaries with her. I'm doing my best to not look illiterate here. I know that whenever she sees me or hears about me, she's not happy, but we act kind to each other despite our actual feelings. When he proposed, Rachel didn't congratulate us at all. Red flag. You better congratulate me.
Come on now, I'm invested. Read.
Okay, I'm sorry. Rachel didn't congratulate us at all, mm-hmm. Completely overlooked our entire engagement and kept referring to me as my fiance's girlfriend.
Wait. Oh, okay, I got you. My brain glitched. I didn't even understand what was happening there.
You want me to read it again?
No, we're good.
All right, cool. My fiance kept correcting her each time, even telling her how she's not funny or quirky doing this. She's just disrespectful. After a certain point, she stopped. Now that we're planning our wedding, we picked out our groomsmen and our bridesmaids. My fiance has his female best friend as one of his groomsmen. After my fiance asked her to join the role, she texted me a lengthy paragraph. To sum it up, she said, "Just so you know, your fiance and I are still each other's priority. You may marry him, have kids with him, and share a house with him, but right now, he picked me as a groomswoman knowing how that would bother you. He cares about not hurting my feelings more than your feelings. You can't easily ruin friendships. Like that. Just stay in your lane and accept your place. You might be his wife, but I'm his best friend. I'm not going anywhere. Make peace with it, and who knows, soon enough, we might get along." I showed my fiance. He said he'll deal with her, and I shouldn't worry. I told him I've had enough, and the only solution I'm accepting is proper consequences for her actions. That means she's either dropped as a groomswoman or uninvited. I'm tired of his best friend not having real consequences for her actions and getting her way. I won't trust him enough to proceed with our wedding if he doesn't set clear limits and make his friend face the consequences of her behavior. He said, what I'm doing is very unfair because he's not responsible for her actions and feels like I'm putting unnecessary responsibility and pressure on him. Am I the asshole?
That was a lot. I don't think I expected that story to go.
It went left.
The way it went.
Mm-hmm. It was a good one, though, wasn't it?
I'm irritated for her.
So let's set the scene.
Set the who?
Let's set the scene.
Uh-huh.
Let's set the scene.
Uh-huh.
Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to use, shout out to Lil Sis, a Daisy.
Oh, no. I love her. That's my favorite.
So let's say me and a Daisy best friends.
I mean, okay, so basically you're just saying, just fill in the blanks with you and a Daisy.
Mm-hmm. And a Daisy comes to you and tells you, it doesn't matter if you are marrying him. I'm a priority in his life. And sooner or later, you better get over it. And eventually we'll get along.
You know what, that whole text message, that's not even the part that bothered me the most about the text message.
What bothered you the most?
What bothered me in the most was the you may marry him, you may have, because bitch, I don't need your permission. Because who do you think you are telling me?
That was such a hard bitch.
Because who do you think you are? Tell it, you can marry. I didn't ask for your permission. Child, she want to be the wife. She don't want to be no groomswoman.
For sure.
She want to be the wife.
Oh, for sure.
And if it, first of all, oh my goodness.
You just got flustered.
I'm irritated for her. My blood pressure is up right now. Okay. Where do you want to start with this conversation?
All right, let's go from the top.
Okay.
So,
what's the first question?
The first issue, right? How do you feel at the fact that the husband didn't address the fact that she kept calling the fiance his girlfriend? She
said she did address it.
He didn't.
Go back to that part. I thought he did address it.
He didn't address it initially. He just kept making fun of it and saying, oh, you're not funny, you're not quirky. It wasn't until she was like, okay, this is getting out of hand. That's when he addressed it. I know for a fact now with me, even when people like make a mistake and call you my girlfriend, I'm like, fiance.
Correct. They
was fucking.
You think so? I don't know if they had an actual like
the only way.
I don't know if I'm convinced that it was a long-term relationship, but they at least like a couple little times took a dip in the pool.
The only way a woman is ever that brave.
True. Is she has to have some ground to stand on. I would agree with you. I would have to agree with you. I would agree. But if that's the case, though, that is a bigger problem because if they did, he should have said something to her.
But not all women can take that though.
At least she'll have a reason for why homegirl is treating her like that.
But then at that point, now he probably has to lose a friend. Because ain't no way. He gotta lose
a friend fucking regardless. Shorty gotta go. She's done. She's
for sure.
Chopped. Excuse me?
So who's the asshole here?
She, the best friend. Or ex-best friend. But granted, the only thing that I don't like about these situations is that you don't have all of like the context surrounding.
What more context do you need?
What context that I would be looking for is whether or not I feel justified in having sympathy for him because maybe he doesn't know what real boundaries look like.
More words. Is this like down that whole enmeshment route thing that's been going around? On TikTok, there's been like this whole conversation of enmeshment. Remember that woman who was talking about how like the man doesn't have no boundaries with his mom?
Yeah, basically. But I just, depending on like what was his family life like, what are his friendships with his other friends, or like he may not be used to having to put down very hard boundaries. So he may be telling his girl may be good at it, telling him like, yo, you need to put down these boundaries. But like when he gets to the conversation, he may not be he may like not even on purpose, not necessarily like being as straightforward and as stern as he actually needs to be. So I don't know, because I kind of feel for him, because, you know, being able to establish boundaries and then hold them is a muscle that you have to build. Like that's not something that everybody can just do off rip. So I don't know if I should feel bad for him. Like, I don't know if I should have any sympathy for him. I need that.
From a man's perspective, there's no grace at all.
If the roles were reversed?
Roles reversed. Imagine Nathan telling me.
First of all, no, because Nathan would never get the chance but because I would nip that shit in the bud so far. Because who do you think you're talking to?
I want you to put that into perspective. Imagine Nathan telling me it doesn't matter what you got going on. It doesn't matter the fact that she's marrying you. I will always come first in her life.
That's not even the case. Like, first of all, the fact that she was even okay with ever saying that is insane to me. That's insane.
Which is my point of why there's no grace. At some point, regardless of how you grew up, wrong is wrong and right is right.
Agree. So, okay, let me explain why I say, like, I need context in order to figure out if I should give grace. By that point, yes, at that point, it has gone too far. No, there is no grace at that point. But in the beginning where it was like, she was obviously when they first got together, the girl ain't never been respectful to the girlfriend. So it was like when the first conversation, how stern was he? How good is he at with boundaries when he had the conversation? Because clearly the girlfriend wasn't there, or the girlfriend, now fiance, wasn't there when these first conversations about boundaries were happening with this friend. So it's like, how did he handle the conversation at that point? Or even the second time, let's say we move on to like where she keep calling her the girlfriend instead of fiance. Like, how was that conversation essentially handled? By the time you get there,
petty stuff though.
But there still needs to be, there are conversations that needed to have been had, but that also were had. So I'm saying that how good is he at having those conversations based on his past? Because I would give grace for the first time. Maybe only a little bit the second time.
You are not giving grace the first time.
Yeah, I am.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I would.
No, you ain't.
Why wouldn't I?
I know you. And
what does that mean?
You are not. I'm telling you because I know you. If that situation was to happen to us, you are not giving that the grace first time. You are going to look at me and be like, handle that before I do.
That's grace.
That's not grace.
That is grace. That's absolutely grace, because not grace is me handling it myself. What I keep trying to tell you, I give opportunities for other people to handle situations because you're not gonna like how I handle it. That is my way of showing grace.
What's crazy is I just saw the light leave your eyes at the crazy jump in.
I am not that person anymore, but
in this situation, honestly, conclusions. Yeah, you are.
I wonder if that's crossed her mind.
It has to. There's no way, absolutely no way, a woman is that. And this is the thing. The reason why I say that is because I personally believe that women are the smartest creatures on earth.
Say it again.
And for her to genuinely throw those digs out there. They was bumping uglies.
How old are you?
I'm trying to keep it PG because your mom and your first lady watch this podcast.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you there. My mind doesn't go there like immediately. I can't say why it doesn't, but that makes a lot of sense. They have to have had sexual relations because
they were doing the horizontal tango.
How do you even feel comfortable telling another woman like, I'm always going to be his priority? Excuse me?
You ain't his mama. And honestly, his mama couldn't even tell him that. Especially if he's getting married.
Correct. But that goes back into whether or not how good is he with boundaries. Because if he doesn't have these type of boundaries with this particular woman in his life, what are his boundaries with the other women in his life?
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Context. I need to know these things. But
out.
But not... But since I don't have said things, yeah, crash out is the only answer. And if she canceling,
if he's willing to let this happen with his best friend,
it's a symptom of a bigger problem.
Yep,
for the relationship.
He'll murder you. He clearly doesn't care about your well-being.
Remember when I called you over dramatic earlier?
It makes for great television. Y'all, I think she's sick of me.
First of all, you give me a real aggravating situation that's a hypothetical, and now you aggravate me in real life. These aggravations is finna merge in 2.5.
Well.
So, okay, so if next question then, I guess then is she justified in wanting to call off the wedding if he don't handle it?
Absolutely. The fact that she's a groomswoman is a slap in the face.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Him letting her be a groomswoman at a wedding that she refuses to even acknowledge the bride.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bitch.
Hey, y'all, this is Melanee. This how she talks at home.
No, I need to be
put
together.
No.
Then this woman.
Let the crash out.
The crash out me has been put away for a long time. Yeah,
you are the definition of a retired crash out.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
What's
times.
crazy is I think you just have flashbacks of times you've crashed out.
Good times, man. I enjoyed myself. I can't say that any of the victims were.
What was it? Okay.
No, I'm not having that conversation.
No. Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
No.
What was your favorite crash out?
I don't have one.
Come on, bro. That would be great. Come on. What was your favorite crash out?
I don't know.
There's been that many?
Because not only have I been a crash out on my own, I've been like a co-pilot to crash outs.
So you've aided and abetted crash outs.
Yeah. And honestly, it sounds real bad, but I think those might have been my favorite ones.
Where you were aiding and abetting crash outs?
Yeah. I loved helping facilitate a crash out at during those times because I felt like those people deserved it. So yeah.
Fine. We'll leave it at that.
And also, I can't incriminate nobody. I can't incriminate none of my friends.
Were crimes actually committed? Oh, God. Do I know her? Help me.
I didn't say anything. I never answered that question.
I might just find it out after 6 years that you have a criminal record and you're being hunted down by the FBI?
I do not have a criminal record.
So they were never able to prove it?
I do not. No. There was nothing to prove.
Because you never got caught?
It's not illegal till you get caught.
Jesus. Scared.
Now, you're talking about, do you know me? I've always lived by that notion. It's not illegal till you get caught.
If I come up missing.
No, I ain't going that far.
She did it. She did it.
You know what? I can't. But too many people will be calling to check in on you. You talk to too many people every day.
See,
so I wouldn't even be able to.
This is why it's important to have friends.
Not that type of friend.
But on the topic of friends,
I didn't even get my last thought out. You over here interrupting me about crashing out.
My bad.
What I was going to say is that I said it again. The woman had the audacity to say in your place. Do you know what my place is? Because it sounds like you're confused about what my title is now and what is it going to be.
What is crazy is I don't think that's how you would have said it.
No, it's not. It's not.
So I need you to say it exactly how you would say it.
Why? Here's the thing. I'm so petty. I would purposely let that text message fester for a couple hours, if not a full day. To sit with it, let it fester so I could say the most evil shit that comes to mind. Because the problem that I have in general, I have anger issues in that I can keep my anger 100% controlled. However, don't push me there because I will purposely make it my personal mission to say whatever I need to say to make sure I hurt the fuck out of your feelings.
That's crazy.
I'm saying and everything I say is going to be true. So I know for a fact that I'm not my most evil when I'm my first reaction. My first reaction is not the most evil when you done pushed me to that
So you're
point.
letting it sit so you can get even more pissed.
You know, you got to use the correct words. I'm not letting it sit. I'm letting it fester.
Like an open wound.
I'm letting it fester. I'm letting it, and I can't even tell you whether or not I would even tell you if this is our situation. I can't tell you that I would tell you before I sent the text message.
Crazy work.
Because at that point, I'm gonna make the bitch hate me.
Oh Lord.
You're not even gonna want to come to my wedding because I'm gonna make you that uncomfortable. And best believe once I sent the text message, ain't not a bridesmaid or a person on my side of the family ever go. You think you're gonna be comfortable if you decide to show up, groomswoman or not? You think you're gonna be comfortable to sit in my presence? I will have security escort. There will be a sign outside the door with your face that say, "Do not let this bitch in."
Fair.
And if he don't get his shit together and completely uninvite this woman, then yeah, we know. I agree that she's not the asshole from one to cancel the wedding.
I agree.
Hell no.
So with that being said, segue into this conversation. How important is it to have friends outside of your relationship?
Based on this story, it's not important at all. I was about to quote Tupac. Fuck all you hoes.
You really irritated.
Because men will have the audacity to do a lot of things. But when women get a hold of audacity, and for whatever reason, especially when it's against another woman, I don't even understand what we be doing. Like, we just be going so far. So
Hell hath no fury.
She ain't even a woman. Well, she might be. She might feel like she lost her nigga. She might been in love with him this whole time and felt like as long as if I played the best friend long game.
What's crazy is some women actually do that. Like play the best friend long game. Like if I stay his friend long enough, maybe he'll realize how good I am.
That's stupid. That's so stupid on both, because when men do it and when women do it, like don't do that. Y'all, you deserve somebody who likes you the first time.
You deserve. That's 2 episodes in a row now.
Nah.
All right, now for real. Like, how important is it to have friends outside your relationship?
Extremely important.
How so?
Friendships outside of your relationship provide, in my opinion, they provide like that support and community that you need essentially to survive.
Yeah.
Because a good check-in with 1 or 2 or all of your friends.
A good key.
Man, a good little check-in, a good little key will do wonders for your mental and emotional health.
True that.
So I don't think that we as people need to put the burden of love and friendship solely on our partners. I don't like your partner doesn't need to be your everything.
True.
Like that's too much pressure. Like I don't ever want to be your everything, because hell, the moment something happened, I wake up one morning, I'm like, so this shit isn't working out for me. Then I end up on the news missing, and you didn't chop my body up, and I'm sitting outside on the barbecue grill. Like I don't want to be your everything.
Chop your body up on a barbecue grill is crazy.
My grandma used to always say that. My grandma used to say, like, do not get with no man that feels like you're his absolute everything, because the moment anything happens and he feels like he's going to lose you, he will chop you up, and be cooking you on the barbecue grill to fucking feed the neighborhood. Like,
You're my everything.
That doesn't scare me with you. I was trying to find the fear somewhere. Like I was trying to find it, but all I wanted to do was laugh because your eyes looked crazy. I don't have that fear, and I know, and also I know I'm not your everything. So
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
I'm not even concerned. But yeah, I think friends are absolutely 100% important, and they're essential. You need friends to be able to just to be.
So how do you then?
You answer the question.
I agree, of course. Okay. I think having friends outside are extremely important in your relationship. I think to a degree it also helps reaffirm your identity outside of your relationship. It actually affirms who you are and really who you were as a person, which leads to the next question of like, you know how people be like, oh, well, she got a man and now she not around no more. He got a girl and he not around no more. First of all, y'all suck, because I almost got vulgar there.
You done egged me on to be vulgar all episode.
She feeds me and hugs me. Why would I want to be with y'all?
Oh, I know where that was going.
She feeds me. She hugs me. She smells nice. Why would I want to be outside with y'all? Just being honest.
Don't do that. Because don't do that.
Okay, let me stop being funny for real. No, like, if I'm going to be very, very honest, like, people who completely abandon their friends.
They suck.
Once they get into a relationship, to a degree, don't really care about their friends. I understand that there's a separation, or well, not even separation, a shift in time while you're in that getting to know somebody stage, but completely abandoning your friends and disappearing, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. If anything, that just shows that they may not be your true friends because you're not genuinely caring about them enough to want to make sure that they have a place in your life.
Okay, so you're saying you think that if you're the type of person to abandon your friends when you get into a relationship, that you never actually cared about those friendships in the first place?
Correct.
I never really thought about. Do I agree with that?
Imagine me never seeing Manny again because we started dating. Or imagine me not seeing Manny as much because we started dating. Granted, yes, that's going to happen in the earlier stages, but he still holds a priority in my life.
Correct. Well, maybe. I think I might. Yeah, I think I might. I think I might agree. Or okay, maybe I don't know. Yeah, we'll agree because I can't think of any reason why I would disagree with said statement.
I stumped her.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree there. Yeah. So do you think that there is a difference between the way you essentially maintain those friendships based on you being a male and me being a woman, or you being a man and me being a woman? I don't want to say.
I think guy friendships are a lot more low maintenance. Like, we don't have to talk every day. Sometimes we might not even talk for weeks. But the moment we talk, it's like, all right, this is my dog. Like, we know what it is. I don't know if that's the same for women friendships, but for guys, it'd be like, all right, I might not have seen you for 2 or 3 months, but the moment we see each other, we get in a groove for like 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 weeks. And then life get busy again. We do what we got to do, and then we come back.
So you're saying, okay, so you're being able to maintain your relationship and your friendships being in a relationship, you feel like it's way more low maintenance than me having to maintain my friendships.
Yes.
Now, does that same logic apply to your female friends? Because you only talked about just now, like how it is with your male friends. Does that same thing apply?
I don't think I have as many female friends as I used to anymore.
Which is true, but the ones you do have are extremely important to you.
They're
so, like,
extremely
do you think
important.
That same low maintenance.
Yeah, because with them, we don't have to talk all the time. I don't think with those friends also, I don't think I'm their like go-to friend, if that makes sense. I don't know how to phrase it, but it's like we're close, but we're close. I feel like I don't know how to really explain it.
I stumped him. Ooh, I stumped him.
She want to be me so bad.
No, I just want you to see how crazy you sound.
You can't play me.
I stumped him. Ooh. Continue.
I'm rounding up the episode. I will shut all this shit off. We will have no episode since you want to act like that.
It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, as my mama would say.
Whatever, Bugs. Anyway, but for my female friends, I don't think like I think I would also say they're also low maintenance as well. They might feel differently. If they do, please let me know. Let's have that conversation.
Now you're trying to do a general check-in with all your friends right now.
Hey man,
that's funny.
But no, I think most of my female friends are also low maintenance too. Also, there's also an orbit of some of my newer female friends who were like we grew up together, and we're starting to now figure out what not growing up with each other in proximity friends versus actually being friends now. So there's also that new shift that's kind of happening too. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I sit. How about you?
Honestly, it depends on the friend for me.
Oh.
I have some friends who I can go, a month or two without talking to, and nothing changed, and you text and you catch up, and everything's good and everything's fine, and you just pick up where you left off. But I also have some friends who, I talk to every couple days, but I also have some friends who I talk to at least every couple weeks, like. It depends.
Yeah.
For me, it depends. I don't think that in keeping up with my particular group of friends, I don't consider us to be, or I don't consider what I have to do to maintain my friendships to be high maintenance.
Okay. But do you think that's also contributed to the fact, or what's contributed to that is the fact that you guys have known each other for so long? Like your friends.
I don't have any like new friends.
Yeah, your friends you've been friends with for at least the youngest might be 10 years.
Yeah, I think so. I think the youngest is 10 years.
Look at me knowing your friends.
Maybe.
I think once that time is invested, certain things just don't have to be spoken of.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. No. I think you're right. I think it depends on how much time you have invested into said friendship, because a person you just met trying to build a relationship with, you can't text every other month just to check in and be like, hey, they'd be like, girl, what?
Girl, bye.
Like, what do you want type deal, So Yes, to answer the original question, it just depends on the friend. I have all of my friendships, I'll say, require different maintenance levels. And the one friend who's also family that I talk to the most is a cousin. So like
my sister cousin.
So I it ranges. Like I said, it ranges from one person who I talk to literally out of 7 days, I probably talk to her 5 out of the 7 days. And then on the other side, I have other friends who I probably talk to somewhere between every 2 to maybe 4 months or so.
And do you think those friendships help stabilize our relationship?
Absolutely.
How so?
You can't be my only friend. I feel like that. Not only do I feel like you could just get so wrapped up in your partner, there's just so much pressure, and it's just like you can get sick of somebody.
You never getting sick of me.
Prepare. All right, my bad. To be sick of me. I had to finish that. It felt good. It felt too good. But you can get sick of somebody, but I also think it kind of limits personal growth. Like, if you're around, when you are with somebody as long as we have, almost 6 years, and as much as we're together, considering we live together, you start to pick up on the same type of traits and the same type of ideas and trains of thought. Like, they almost, not all the time, but they start to become, I ain't gonna say not all the time. I should say it's not twin-like, but they become similar.
Yeah. You start to influence each other.
Correct. And before we even get there, I take that back. I do have new friends, and they're the same new friends you have. Our Florida buddies.
What's crazy is I don't even consider them new friends.
That's family. I know.
I don't.
I know,
hey,
but
shout out to Deb. Shout out to Audrey. Shout out to Andrea.
Itty bitty.
The gang.
We loved y'all. I miss y'all.
What's funny is how we all I think when they're around for the wedding, if we're having guests on, they would be incredible to have.
They'd be fun. They
would be incredible to have on.
We don't consider them friends. However, if we're talking how long a relationship is,
they would be the shortest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the last new friends I would say that we have, but I love them.
Well, clearly, guys, now you know how she feels about you.
But yeah, when you're with somebody for that long, everything starts to become similar because you're essentially having some of the same experiences. The only time you get away from the person that you're with is usually like if you're that wrapped up. Let's say you don't have any other hobbies, no friends. Only time you're away from each other is work. you're limiting your personal growth, in my opinion, because it's like, I'm not going to be able to have a conversation with you about something or a lot of things because we might agree all the time.
That's true.
If I'm talking to my friends who's having a completely different experience, they don't live by us, I don't see them as often. They also have their own separate outside friends. Like, at that point, I'm getting a different point of view. They might not agree with me on something the same way that we would agree. And
they would tell you you're crazy.
Yeah, you gotta. I feel like you have to have accountability partners.
Agreed.
And I think that, not to say that every single friend has to be an accountability partner, but I definitely think that you have to have at least one or two, somebody, like people who are going to tell you about yourself when you're wrong, because your partner may not do that. And nor should I, in certain times, I feel like you're a person to be obligated to do that, but especially not all the time.
That's a perfect segue into asking, do you think that having couple friends are also equally as important too? I think they are. I think having a good set of couple friends.
Just one set? No, I'm serious.
I don't think one set. I would say probably like, I couldn't even put a number on it. I think having a trusted core group of couple friends is really important because, and actually I would also say having a set of couple friends in different stages of relationship.
I was just going to ask, so like, do they all have to be in the same
one
stage
that might have just gotten married, one might that be 3 years in, 5 years in, 6 years, 10 years in, because they will offer different perspectives and could potentially even help you guys out going through some of the things that you're going through.
Mm-hmm. So do you go seek out those relationships, or do you just let those kind of organically come to you if and when they do?
I think, in my opinion, the best one would be the ones that happen organically.
I mean, but for us, where are we going to find a couple that's been married 10 years?
How long have Nico and Devon been married?
Oh, low key. Touche. We actually do have. Okay, wow.
Because we've got them.
Yeah, they've been married. I feel like they're close. I feel like they're probably somewhere close to 10 years.
Yeah, so we've got the Taylors.
The Taylors, the Browns, and the
Halls.
Then my cousins, the Turners.
The Turners, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
quite a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then we've got the Mahabers, the Robinsons, and Lord, why am I drawing black on?
Because you don't know people's last names.
No,
you're trying to say when we talk about friends, we usually always say first names, but now you're talking married couples and you like, what the hell is their last name? Yeah, no. Yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank?
I don't know. And I'm not even going to ask you what the friends are because I know.
It's Dre's last name.
Oh, I definitely don't know his last name.
Oh my God.
Is it Smith?
Thank you. Why did I know his full name.
You want to know something? I knew it because I know his wife's name. And I know her full name.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Brain fart.
Yeah.
It's late.
Yeah. What I will say, while I agree, I do think that couple friends are important to have when you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. I think that it's not as important as society would like to make you believe. Mm-hmm. The way social media has painted this picture now is that when you do get into a relationship, or you do, when you do get married, all of a sudden you can't have single friends. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to have friends who on the same level, who think the same, who. You do not need to abandon your single friends just because you got into a relationship or you got married. It's not that serious.
I think the thing is, a lot of people have trust issues. They feel like that their single friend is going to corrupt their partner in a marriage, which I think is weird. Is weird because that means that you don't necessarily trust your partner to make good decisions. Because yes, if your partner is going out and partying, et cetera, with a single person,
that doesn't mean that they're out here doing single stuff.
And then also, you'll be delusional if your partner is fine to think that people aren't going to hit on them. I'm just going to be honest. It just depends on if your partner respects you enough to understand that that's a boundary.
I would agree.
So that's kind of where I sit with it. Friends are important. Don't be a weirdo and disown your friends because you're getting the
Don't
relationship.
be weirdo in general when it comes to your friends. Like there are so many ways to be a weirdo when it comes to friendships.
Yeah.
Just don't do none of it. The moment you start thinking like, dang, what was such and such thing? That's a sign not to do it.
Yeah.
Don't be weird, man. Please take care of your friends. Please take care of your friends.
Because eventually they might have to take care of you, especially if the relationship don't work.
Well, it's not even so. Well, I can't think of a situation where when your friends have to take care of you.
Yeah. You haven't had a friend pick you up after a breakup and remind you of who you are after a breakup?
Yeah, actually, yeah, this is true.
My point.
I'm thinking like you get sick or something, man. You need
No, I'm talking about like.
That's why I'm like, what you mean?
No, I'm talking about like when people like be in relationships and then they break up and then they run back crawling to their friends and their friends like, but you was just, I wasn't.
I mean, but also too, on that kind of on the other side, I should say, of that spectrum, you abandon these friends and then you get married, you have a kid, and you're looking for this village and the TTs and the uncles that's gonna help you take care of your baby, and it's like, well, I ain't heard from you since you got married, or I ain't heard from you since you got engaged, or whatever the case. Take care of your friends.
That part.
Well, no matter what stage of relationship that you are in, friends are extremely important. Every single friend that I have, I thank God for and I pray for every day because I would not survive without them. Yeah. I would not survive without them. I love y'all.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect place to wrap. At the end of the day,
don't be weird.
Don't be weird. Friendships are important.
I need a shirt that says don't be weird.
Friendships are important. Take care of the people that you love. And in turn, they will take care of you. Friendships are like a well. You get out what you put in.
Correct.
Oh, so anything you want to plug before we wrap the episode?
I hate when you ask that because you know what I'm going to say. Yep. Just make sure.
It's called consistency. We're building consistency. All right.
No, just make sure, if you're not already, follow us on Instagram, Growing Together. Is it just Growing Together Pod on Instagram, right?
It's Growing Together Pod.
Yep. And then on TikTok, growing.together.pod.
Yep.
And the YouTube, I think, is Growing Together Podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, let us know how you guys feel about friends, like how, because some people keep their circle small, some people have a lot of friends, so like we'd love to hear about your friendships, how you cultivate them, how you maintain them. So just be involved in the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, and drop your insights because I read the comments. I don't know if she does, but I read all the comments, and it's really interesting to see some of the perspectives. So with that being said, this is my message to you all. And I think I'll probably start to do this at every episode at the end. This is going to be my little wrap up. All things are in divine order. Remember to give grace to yourself and others when deserved. Keep doing the next right thing. And until next time, keep growing. Bye, guys.
Bye.